What's up guys, my name is Bravo and welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet 7-star raid update. And today this one is going to be really interesting. I'm sorry, I am honestly really hyped right now. But we have two, not one, but two raid updates that I want to go over right now, and it's not only just this one. It is also featuring two other Pokemon that we was able to get during the Pokemon Day, so I will be getting into that much more later in the video. But I just want to start off with this because we got confirmed that Inteleon from Pokemon Sword and Shield will be making it into this game, and its Tera type will be Ice type. Really interesting, by the way, because it does have like moves like Ice Beam and Blizzard and whatnot. Also has like other moves like Haze. I don't know if it has like Hail or whatever. I forgot what the move that is, but yeah, let's get right into it. So Inteleon with the Mightiest Mark will be appearing in Black Crystal Tera raid battles from Friday, April 28th to Sunday, April 30th, and then it will show up again from Friday, May 5th to Sunday, May 7th. Inteleon cannot normally be encountered in Paldea, and an Inteleon appearing during this event has Ice as its Tera type, making it a formidable foe. It even has the Mightiest Mark to prove it. Work together with your friends to topple this powerful Tera Pokemon. So yeah, I really can't wait. I know there was a lot of usage with this Pokemon back in Sword and Shield, so it's actually really cool that we're getting a second GALAR starter in this game. That also brings up the question, I do wonder what will be the Pokemon after this. Hopefully it's a Kalos starter, like either Chestnut or Delphox. I would like to see those Pokemon come back. But yeah, we have Inteleon coming very soon. I can't wait for that. And yeah, April 28th to April 30th, so that's going to be the first round, and then the second round will be later in May as we're getting close. So yeah, with that being said, that's what we have for the 7-star raid update. But there is another raid I do want to talk about, and this raid is going to be featuring the two Paradox Pokemon that was introduced during Pokemon Day, Walking Wake and Iron Leaves. And now that I'm looking at it, was that a typo they just did? It says Walking Waves, and it says Walking Wave. I think that was a mess up on their part. But yeah, Walking Wake is appearing in Tera raid battles in the Pokemon Scarlet game, and Iron Leaves is appearing in Tera raid battles in Pokemon Violet game. And this is going to be happening from Monday, May 1st to Sunday, May 14th. These Paradox Pokemon cannot normally be encountered in Paldea. The Walking Wake appearing during this event has Water as its Tera type, and Iron Leaves has Psychic as its Tera type. So it's really cool. What else? So it also says work together with your friends to catch these newly discovered Pokemon from the ancient past and the distant future. And yeah, this is just like any other rare like raids, like mostly the 7-star raids. These special Paradox Pokemon can be caught only once per save data, but you can still participate in other Tera raid battles against these Pokemon. Or if someone is like hosting, like for example, like if you're playing Pokemon Scarlet and you already got Walking Wake, you could join up with a teammate who has Pokemon Violet and you can get Iron Leaves. So yeah, that's really interesting. Can't wait for these raids. I'm actually surprised that they're bringing it back. It would be cool if we was able to like shiny hunt for these, because that would have been a huge game changer. So yeah, that's pretty much all the Tera raid news we have. I'm going to be scrolling over to the next part over here, as we're going to be going over the we're going to be going over the moves that Inteleon might have during the 7-star raid, and we're going to be like making like Pokemon sets on how to defeat this thing. And this is all just by practice. I'm just going straight forward. So let's get right into it. So I didn't make a specific Inteleon set if it was to have like physical attacks, but we will be getting into that very shortly. But I do want to talk about the special attacks that's mostly Inteleon's favorite moves and what is probably going to be using in the 7-star raid. So first move it has here is Snipe Shot. I can honestly, this is a plus because this is Inteleon's signature move, and not only can I be redirected, but it has a high critical hit ratio, so that is really dangerous to deal with. And because it's a Tera Ice type during the 7-star raid, it's also gonna probably have an Ice type move, so it will probably have a move like Ice Beam just to do the damage and not miss, or it would just go for Blizzard. But I honestly doubt it would have Blizzard in this move pool. Maybe it will, but it won't be using Blizzard as that much. And it does, yeah. So it does learn Snowscape, where you're able to set up the Hailstorm, and that's actually going to be really dangerous now that I'm thinking about it, because it's going to be Tera Ice, and if it sets that up, it's going to get an increase in its defenses while using Ice Beam. So that's actually really dangerous now that I'm thinking about it. So yeah, we're gonna have to watch out for that. Else, probably it does learn Dark Pulse and it does learn Shadow Ball, but this is just a maybe. Like, it might run these moves. If it's not gonna run both of them, it's going to run like at least one of them. But I can see it running like Dark Pulse, so it could just get the 20% chance to flinch. Or we could remove Shadow Ball and we could put in Air Slash. That is another viable option, as it will be dealing. It would need something to cover up its weakness when it's Tera Ice, and Fighting type could do really well for the raid. But if it has moves like Air Slash, that could be the big problem there. So yeah, Snipe Shot, Ice Beam, and Air Slash, I can see those 3 moves being used in the raid. Dark Pulse, maybe, not sure yet. So let's go to the status moves real quick, because it's also gonna have like some decent status moves. This, out of these 4, I think this is a possibility that this Pokemon might use. I could actually remove Haze and replace it with, like, where is it? Like, I could replace it with Snowscape if I could find it. I could replace that with Snowscape, so it could just set up the Snowstorm. It would have moves like Taunt. Taunt may be a possibility, because it could just stop us from doing status moves. So like, if it was to do like Swords Dance, or if we're just lowering its defense, it could probably go for Taunt, and that could honestly mess us up during the raid. Could also have Rain Dance, because why not? It could get like an increase in Snipe Shot, and it could also remove its, like, it could remove less damage from Fire type moves. And also has Aqua Ring, because I honestly don't know why, but it does make sense. I could see this Pokemon probably using Aqua Ring, so it could get like the heals going. So yeah, these are like the top 8 moves I can see Inteleon using in the raid. Now, if we was to use like a physical lead here, right? Let's search up like its physical moves. I don't see anything good that I could probably use. But if I was to make a guess, it could be moves like, I don't know, like Aqua Jet or Ice Shard. Any type of priority move it would want to use, it would probably do so. Liquidation, Sucker Punch, maybe, because I was not expecting the Typhlosion raid. By the way, the Typhlosion raid is done. So for people who didn't receive a Typhlosion, unfortunately, your only option to get one now is to trade someone, or just hope you get a shiny in like to a stream. But yeah, it can have moves like these. And like I said, with the Typhlosion raid, that Pokemon did have like moves like Earthquake and Play Rough, so that was actually really surprising. So we're gonna have to watch out for that. Inteleon could do the same thing with running moves like Sucker Punch and Ice Shard or Liquidation. It's gonna be Tera Ice, so it's gonna be really difficult to deal with. And this Pokemon is extremely fast. Like, it's not only fast with base 120 speed, it's also strong with base 125 special attack. So we're gonna have to watch out for that. Now, I can go over some sets here of what we can do. Keep in mind, these Pokemon sets I'm going to make right now are probably going to be subject to change. So if we was to like go for like a fighting type approach, let's see, we have like a good amount of Pokemon that could be good for the fight. We could use Iron Hands, because Iron Hands is really good. Like, Iron Hands is a really good Pokemon for most raids, and I can see someone running Iron Hands because it is fighting in electric, so it's able to deal with most of the stuff Inteleon throws at it. And we could give it like Life Orb or something. We could slap in a Life Orb or a Choice Band, but I don't see a Choice Band being a valuable option here. And for the moveset wise, we could give it Electric Terrain, so we could get the increase in our Quark Drive. Or if you want to run Booster Energy, that is another option. So like, we could actually remove the Life Orb, put in the Booster Energy. We give it Quark Drive, Electric Terrain. That can be used just in case if Iron Hand does die and you respawn, you would want to get the increase in your attack power. So yeah, Electric Terrain would be good. We could also go for moves like Drain Punch, so you can like get the heals in while you're attacking Inteleon. You could go for Belly Drum because that is a really good move against it. Well, it's a really good move for Iron Hand, so you can get the max attack. So far we have Electric Terrain, Drain Punch, we have Belly Drum. And if you want, the last move could actually be for Thunder Punch. It can actually be Thunder Punch. Or, if you just want to go for the extra damage, you could go for Wild Charge. But you will be taking recoil damage from doing so. Now, for the EV spread for this, you could give it Adamant. You can max out its attack, because that is definitely going to be needed. You could probably even max out its special defense if wanted. And I could actually see that happening because Iron Hands already has good HP already with it being base 154. So I would even see the need of maxing out its HP. You could just max out its special defense and then boom, you could have that. Secondary item that you could use for this set could be Assault Vest, so you don't take much damage from Snipe Shot. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We have our first Pokemon. Another Pokemon, if we was to go for a Steel type approach, let's see, we're Steel. We could go for a Steel type, right? We could use Pokemon, and there's like a very good option of these Pokemon. We could use Pokemon like King Gambit, or we could use Pokemon like Goldengo, because those two Pokemon is another good Pokemon to use for like hard raids, like 6-star raids or 7-star raids, etc. We give King Gambit either, I think Supreme Overlord could be better in this case. Okay, if this is all right, I can see Supreme Overlord being better right now. We could give it like Iron. I don't know why it has Brick Break. I'm sorry. It is a Steel type, so it's not going to be taking much damage from Inteleon, and Inteleon's Ice Beam is not going to be very much effective as well. So we could use moves like Iron Head. And I don't know if King Gambit does. Okay, so it doesn't know Body Press, so that's unfortunate. However, we could go for Iron Head. We could even go for Screech. No, it doesn't have Screech. Thought it would. Metal Sound. Metal Sound. That could be another. Yep. We could use Metal Sound instead. Iron Head, Metal Sound. We could go for its signature move. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to figure out these moves. So we could have Koto Cleave just for the stab, and you don't have to worry about missing. And literally the last move, it just could be anything you want, honestly. These are the main moves you would probably want on your King Gambit. And for the setup, it's kind of the same thing as Iron Hands. You just max out your attack and you max out your special defense, and then yeah, you could just put a little bit on HP and you're all set. But keep in mind, with these two Pokemon right here, they are slow, so Inteleon will be outspeeding you most of the time. So just be wary of that. And for the item for King Gambit, you could give it a Life Orb. And then boom, that's the second set. And for the last set, I can see Goldengo being really good because this Pokemon has one of the most broken abilities in Pokemon history, good as gold. So I can see Goldengo really being a good asset for this raid. We can also give this Pokemon Life Orb as well, so it can do a lot of damage with the signature move, Make It Rain. As that move is base 120 power, but it will be lowering your special attack by 1 stage, so be careful with that. You can also give it like Iron Head by... Why would you give it Iron Head? I'm sorry. I'm all over the place here. But yeah, you can give it Make It Rain, and it's basically the typical set of giving it Make It Rain. You could give it Hex, Nasty Plot, and you could give its last move probably Power Gem if you want. That's if you want. You could just literally make the last attack anything, but I'm just gonna make it Power Gem just cause. And for this set, it's probably gonna be real. This one is actually gonna be an interesting set for me because I can make this spread as Modest Nature. I could give him a little bit of special attack. I could give him a little bit of special attack. I could put this on a speed and just put the rest on a special defense. So I would just max out Goldengo's speed, give it a little bit of give it 168 of EV spread on the special attack and just put the rest on special defense. So yeah, I feel like these top 3 Pokemon could be good for the Inteleon raid. Like I said, it will be subject to change because there will be other like people running sets with other Pokemon and stuff. So yeah, we just got to wait and see. Or I'm sorry, I just thought of this one set that could actually be crazy to do. And this does require either the regular Tauros, or you could just use the water type version. But I do recommend using the water type version so it could resist most of Inteleon's attacks. But yeah, we could also use Tauros for this. And now here's where the magic comes in. We can use Tauros with the ability of Anger Point. We could give this Pokemon Assault Vest. Or, if you like, just give it Choice Band. That's another valuable option to do. You give it Choice Band, because it's going to be basically doing moves like Close Combat. Like, that's literally it. Just give it Close Combat, you get Anger Point and Choice Band. Now, the reason why I'm making a set like this is because in the Typhlosion raid, something similar like this. Well, was it the Typhlosion raid or was it another one? I think it was another raid. I apologize. But yeah, it was the Samurott raid. It was a Samurott raid. We had a Tauros set with Anger Point, and it was able to do one Flare Blitz, and that Samurott died instantly. I feel like we could do the same set against the Inteleon, but we just got to change it up a little bit by using the water type and just give it something else. So literally just give it Choice Band, Anger Point, Close Combat. You can even like give it anything else you want, because that's Close Combat is literally what you need. All you just need is a partner that's either Frostlass with Frost Breath, or you have Meowscarada with Flower Trick, and you're all set. And for this, you can have a Jolly Nature, max out your attack, or if you like, make it Adamant, because I'm confident you're going to be able to outspeed the Inteleon either way. So you could just like max out its attack, give it an Adamant Nature, increase its speed. You could also lower its speed just a little bit, give it some special defense, and you're all good. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So these 4 Pokemon I feel like could be good for the raid. But the Tauros one, that's going to be for like recommended groups. If you're trying to solo the raid, I recommend using either Iron Hands, Kingambit, or Gyodengo, as they will help you in the long run against the Inteleon raid. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I don't know what that was. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, hopefully these raids are not that difficult, because oh my gosh, the Hisuian starter ones was, I don't know, they were too much. What's up guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you'd like to see more of these in the future, subscribe and turn on notifications. Take care everybody.